next guest probably wrote one of your favourite songs.
And if you want it, come and get it. Crying out loud.
David Gray is a songwriter of the purest kind, finding big emotion in the quietest of moments.
There she is, loving better life.
His breakthrough album, White Ladder, sold more than 7 million copies. His music influencing everyone from Ed Sheeran to Hozier to Adele.
Sail away with me, honey. I put my heart in your hand. Sail away with me, honey, now.
David's making his way back to Oz this year, and with the last tour selling out, you're gonna want to act fast.
For the fire that gets lit.
Please welcome David Gray. David, lovely to have you on the show, and on the hot on the heels of an announcement mere hours ago that you're coming back to Australia. We are the last leg of the tour. I presume that's because we're the most fun.
It was a lot of fun last time I was down, that's for sure. I think that after all that COVID lockdown stuff, when we did the White Ladder anniversary tour, it sort of kicked off everywhere we went. So the memories of coming to Australia last time were happy ones. The crowds were really, really up for it. It was like the perfect record, antidote to all that weirdness, you know? Hello there, look at that.
Beautiful. Yeah, indeed. How do you feel looking at all that?
Good.
Well, you make a lot of other people feel good too, so thank you for that. We just heard your new single, Plus and Minus. Now, David, can you tell us, how long did it take you to actually write that song?
Yeah, it's my record. I started this one in 2003, end of 2003. Oh. So it was about 20 years before I'm striking a pose there on the piano. About 20 years before I managed to get the whole thing nailed down, and Talia came and sang the duet part of it. So it just kept changing subtly over the years, and I kept picking it back up and seeing if I could fix it. So it was unusual, but it came out good in the end. So you just have to stick with it, you know?
Well, you are the poster child for sticking with it. It's been a long and enduring career, and a very successful one at that. I wonder, though, when you hear the music that you wrote 20 years ago, do you enjoy it now, or are you a bit traumatised by it, given it was, you know, something that you were juggling with as to whether or not it was good enough?
No, I enjoy listening to it. I mean, I think when you listen back to things, they sound strange to you. That just the way that they actually are. You play it live, you have a kind of idea of what it sounds like. When you take the songs out live, they kind of grow a bit, you know? So when you listen back, it's sometimes a surprise. It's like, my God, what do I sound like? Your voice sounds different and everything from way back then. But I enjoy listening. I mean, they're strange documents. They contain sort of feelings and emotions that were true of that, and memories too. They're very rich in memories from the time that you made them. So it's always a mixed process. It's like checking, really. I'm just checking if it's still any good. That's what I'm generally doing.
Well, at least you've got songs to check on. I'm just checking where my keys are most of the time. So you're doing really well. But speaking of songs of the past, your hit song Babylon, which was huge in 2000, it's just had a huge moment on TikTok last year. What do you see as the enduring power of Babylon?
Yeah, that song's just got something, you know? It always did have. And I remember the very first time I played it. Look at me making a complete fool of myself. That's the key to success these days, you know? Make a complete fool of yourself. Be absolutely shameless. So my daughter actually put me onto this whole thing. She said, "Dad, they're showing your song some love. Aww. You need to say something." And I said, "I don't do TikTok. I don't do all that stuff." She said, she came back a week later and she said, "It's getting bigger. You've really got to do something." So we did this duet thing in our living room, and so the next thing I had a million views or whatever. So you know, that's a whole other world, I guess. So yeah, it's still alive. The song's still alive. It always had a sort of strange magic power. I remember the very first time I played it live, before anyone knew what it was. It wasn't available to listen to or anything, and the whole audience was just with it. So it's looked after me.
Oh, well, pre-sales for the past and present tour start on Monday. Would you please thank David Gray?
Thank you.